They said the room hadn't been opened in over 20 years. Not because it was locked, but because no one dared to walk in. The lights in the old community center always flickered when it rained. The walls hummed with forgotten voices. Stories left behind by the children who once danced, dreamed, and learned there. But down a dim hallway, past a rusted-out janitor's closet, was a door everyone avoided. No one talked about it. No signs marked it. Just a plain gray slab of wood with a peeling number 27 painted at its center. For decades, it had been the room no one entered until Marcus did. Marcus Wells wasn't supposed to be back in that neighborhood. Not after what happened. Not after he'd been arrested at 17, expelled at 18, and forgotten by 19. He had once been the kid everyone bet on. Top of his class, gifted with numbers and the kind of smile that made teachers soften their voices. But life doesn't always wait for potential to bloom. After his mother died, suddenly Marcus crumbled. Anger became his shield, the streets became his school, and by 24 he was just another statistic. Jobless, restless, and one eviction away from being homeless. He returned to the neighborhood out of desperation, not hope. It was the only place he still remembered the way home. He crashed on his cousin's couch. Days blurred, nights dragged. One afternoon, he wandered into the community center just to get warm. That's when he saw the room again. Room 27. "Stay out of there," warned Mr. Eli, the aging custodian sweeping the floor. "Ain't nothing in there but ghosts." But Marcus felt something pulling him. Not curiosity, not rebellion. That night, long after the center had emptied, he returned. The hallway lights flickered overhead. Rain tapped at the windows like a whispered dare. Marcus reached for the door. It creaked open slowly. Dust choked the air. Cobwebs clung to forgotten filing cabinets. But at the far end of the room was a small stage, and stacked in the corner, almost buried, were blueprints. STEM kits, posters, broken robots, soldering irons, laptops from the late 90s. It hit him like a wave. This had been the old innovation room, the one where the brightest kids used to build dreams, where he had once learned how to program a robot, using scrap parts and determination. Room 27 wasn't haunted. It was abandoned potential. Just like him. The next day, he came back with cleaning supplies. No one asked questions. He swept, scrubbed, repaired lights, rewired outlets, breathed life into dead circuits. With the help of a borrowed hotspot and a donated tablet, Marcus began rebuilding what once inspired him. Word spread slowly. First came Jalen, a 13-year-old who always got into fights. Then Kiki, who couldn't sit still in class, but spent 4 hours helping Marcus repair an old 3D printer. Then 3 more kids. Then 5. He called it the Spark Lab. Marcus didn't have a degree. He didn't have funding. But what he did have was something that couldn't be bought. He wasn't trying to save anyone. He just didn't want another kid to lose their light in the same darkness that nearly consumed him. 6 months later, a reporter from the local paper showed up. A photo of Marcus with a room full of grinning kids holding makeshift inventions made the front page. From rock bottom to role model, the man who brought room 27 back to life. Funding came. Internships followed. Eventually, tech companies donated gear. Marcus became a speaker, sharing his story in schools across the country. One of his students even got accepted into MIT. But that wasn't the proudest moment of his life. That came when Mr. Eli, the janitor, stood beside him in the doorway of room 27 and said, "I watched that room die. But you made it breathe again." The moral lessons of this story are: 1. Sometimes the room you fear entering holds the blueprint to your healing. 2. You don't need to be perfect to make a difference. You just need to show up with purpose. 3. Your past pain can become a sanctuary for someone else's breakthrough. Do you enjoy our story? Kindly give us a like and comment below what you have learned from this story. Also, subscribe to our channel to encourage us to bring you more motivating stories. See you in the next video.